Durut salam! Здравствуйте, как дела? Очень хорошо мне. So, UFC Vegas 11's in the books. After actions report. Well, as everybody knows, I I called the Chimaev and Meerschaert's fight. Okay. That one wasn't hard. People I've been told that other analysts thought that fucking Meerschaert's was a better striker. I didn't see it. I looked at the tape. I didn't even think he was better at jiu-jitsu. I mean, he has more of a command. He's a higher belt. He's technically better than with stuff, but with the wrestling and the judo and the sambo and whatever else Chimaev has, it was a game of transitions, and he would have. I didn't think that Meerschaert's had a shot at getting to technical jiu-jitsu, and yeah, I was right. It's nice to be right. Colby Covington. Colby Covington looked pretty good because he looked like street Jesus. He fought very similar to Jorge Masvidal. He hit his head a little better. I wish that when he was up against the cage, instead of being two-footed, I wish he would have used a judo leg and then leaned into Tyron Woodley's chest a little harder, causing him to not breathe, or leaning into his neck a little bit, causing him to not breathe a little more. Because then he could have ended it, with a punch on the feet. So I was very proud of Colby Covington. I really liked him simplifying his game, cleaning it up. And by simplifying, I mean not sitting there trying to get punch drunk and throw hands and give the other guy a shot. He simplified it by cutting the ring in half, moving him to the cage, pushing him up the cage, striking, eliminating Tyron Woodley's big right hand, eliminating that low kick, really, really paying attention to a good, solid Kamaru Usman, Street Jesus type of game plan, which I thought serves him better. It serves him better. And then at any time when shit got difficult, he took to jiu-jitsu. I've been preaching that for Colby Covington forever. I wish that he had put a comment on my video so I could take credit for it, but he did a really good job. And I still think that there's some things that he can do, like use a little bit more of a judo leg. That's one. And and some other things. There's some ways that he could use his shoulders up against the cage. But all in all, that's nitpicky. All in all, it was beautiful. His game plan was beautiful. It was well executed. There were still some chances for Tyron Woodley to get back in the fight if Tyron Woodley would decide to follow some combinations up with some combinations. Anytime Tyron Woodley landed something, he quit. He stepped back, took a deep breath. He's a stepping stone now. Tyron Woodley ain't Tyron Woodley no more. It's sad. I was a big Tyron Woodley fan. It is sad. Some people were telling me that his game plan has always been counter-punching, low kick to keep him at distance, and then draw him in, forwards, backwards, counter-punching. Yeah, but he also used to be more aggressive with the wrestling. So if he can get back to being more aggressive at wrestling, landing on top of a guy, getting side control, getting a mount, it's the Gagey. It's the Justin Gagey paradox. When you're that skilled, all you got to do, it just takes one fight. You just got to clean your shit up, and you're back into the top 5. Can Tyron Woodley do that? I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know if he's got it in him anymore. And like I said, that's very sad. Colby Covington is very consistent, and now that he's cleaning some stuff up, solidly top 5. He could, if he continues on the trajectory you know, and Kamaru Usman isn't that far ahead of the rest of the pack. You know, he's just the champ. He deserves it. He won it. He beat the right people up. He is the champ. But the distance between Kamaru Usman and everybody else is like this. The distance between Khabib and everybody else is like that, you know. So I think Khamzat is easily top 5. Easily. So who is he going to beat up next? I hope they put Covington and Chimaev. I hope so. I know Covington probably wants to get a little bit closer to the crown. He doesn't want to take an upper-comer. So he's going to want like Street Jesus for the money, or Usman 2 for the money, or whatever. But I would really like to see Chimaev take him just to get a little bit better striker. But Chimaev's got it. There's Colby Covington has only got one chance in a Chimaev fight. One. And that's if he can keep him at distance. And then always win the takedowns. Yeah, always win the takedowns. Because if he can keep him at distance and not get hit with that right, similar to what he did to Woodley, that would allow him to be the aggressor going to jiu-jitsu. But he's just not. No, Gilbert Burns and Usman right now are the two people that I think have got the best shot against Chimaev. But I think Chimaev, it's a matter of time before he just mows through everybody. It's a matter of time. Is he going to be undefeated like Khabib? I don't know. That division is stacked. And Chimaev is not the only gifted striker. And when you fight a striking fight, all it takes is one shot to go to sleep. That's it. That's why it's more difficult. You know, Khabib, his game plan at 155 is gonna work. It's gonna work. You know, who's the ultimate striker at 155? Gaethje. That's his next fight. And what Khabib has proven is that taking him to the ground, pushing him to the cage always works. Leverage always works. Judo Sambo wrestling combination always works. It just does. And Gaethje's, you know, the only thing Gaethje can harness is to catch Khabib and go to sleep. Right? Now, there is an outside shot, very, very minuscule outside shot that this thing can go 5 rounds and go to the judges. There is. But let's talk about 80% of this is going to be Khabib working him and then winning by submission. Another 10% of this is Gaethje just fucking laying some hammer down. And then another 10% of this is both guys get caught up in the other guy's game plan. You know, the takedowns don't work a lot. Gaethje is able to keep it in the center of the ring, and then it just lasts 5 rounds. I mean, there's a possibility for that. But overwhelmingly, the odds are that Khabib is going to execute his game plan and maul him and win just like he does with everybody else. Because when you cut the distance, striking's not fucking lethal anymore. And Tony Ferguson, he had the fucking elbows to cut him up. That was how Tony Ferguson was the biggest challenge to Khabib, was to win by the cut rule. Like, come on, people. Come on. So what do I have to say after this? I'm proud of Covington. I think that he can just continue to clean that shit up. And he can vie. I don't know if he's going to be the champ, but he can get there. Chimaev is, I think he's got to be the champion one day, and it's going to be one day soon. So, Hare Krishna.